Alright, everyone. Welcome back to Homecraft. I've got a pretty cool idea for what I want to do for this episode. Um, basically, I just want to go to the Nether. Keep it pretty simple. So, um, get my steel, my flint, my obsidian, and nope, it's like this, right? Sick. Okay. And then let's figure out where I want to build my portal. I've got a few ideas. Um, let's see. Yeah, here we go. The first one I have is right over here behind my base um, in this cave. The first cave that I explored on this world was down here. I think this would be pretty nice, right? Um, this is where my mind is, right? So what if it like you come down here and then it's like bang, 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 and then what if like where this hole is or something? We did it. So like you drop down here, and then the portal was like right here. I think that's pretty interesting. I kind of like hiding my nether portals, or like building some kind of structure around them. It doesn't have to be too deep or anything, but yeah, here we go. You know, guess I'm doing it. This doesn't really matter if I have the corners or not. But boom, there we go. I like that. It's kind of like hidden in the cave. Yeah. Um, I was kind of concerned about the noise, but I think it's far enough from my base that I won't be able to hear it when I'm just. Yeah, no, it's fine. All right. So that's done. Make sure to bring my flint and steel with me. I might want to see if I can make some armor first. Let's see what I can do. Let's go over here. Guess I should be fine, but ghasts are kind of scary. I have iron. I don't like. Okay, maybe we'll just make iron armor for now. I do have lots of it, so I'm not too worried about it. But, you know, obviously I don't want to waste resources. There we go. Alright. And I believe this actually does have the armor system, same armor system from Alpha, where it's like all armors have the same armor rating instead of different durabilities. So that's why I've been using leather armor most of the time. But I'm out of leather, so for the foreseeable future, I will be using this. Man, looking at my farm, I kind of want to put another row of sugarcane there. It's just that it has to be on water, so you can't really do that. Oh no. Alright, well, let's go back to the nether. Got a little sidetrack there. I'm excited to see. I only have a little cobble, but it should be fine. drink of choice today, for those curious, is the Pepsi Prebiotic Cola Cherry Vanilla flavor. We spawned on Soul Sand, which is annoying. It's not too terribly inconvenient, I guess, but let's see what we can do. Doesn't actually seem like using a shovel speeds up the breaking speed, so I guess we'll just be using my fist. Alright, well there's a little... got a little walkway going. Oh, hey, there's a guest. There goes my portal. Oh, come on. How did that one not hit him? Come on, get him. Are you serious? Oh, oh, oh! Okay, okay. Oh, he's on fire? Oh. Man. Ow. Ow. This is obnoxious. Alright. It's insanely dark. Can I turn up my brightness? Oh my gosh, I can't see at all. Alright, let's get out of here. I need to get away from all this nonsense. I'm gonna get some glowstone. I don't really have too much reason to be in here. I would like to get glowstone. One of my favorite blocks. And that's pretty much it. Here we go. This is a great one because I don't have to build up and getting shot at from the gas or anything. It's just right here on a little ledge. You just walk up to it. Alright. That's one. How much was that? A full stack. So then that's 16 blocks. I can't imagine I'll need much more than that for now. I'm sure eventually I want more. Let's see what else we can get. There's some. Man. Yellow. You stink. Okay, okay. Here we go. Coming up on some more. There's some over there as well. Just pretend like the gas isn't there. Actually, hit you. Something that I almost never do in modern Minecraft is go to the Nether, just because it's actually always a hassle. Um, I appreciate the uh, thematic sense of the Nether, and that it's like meant to be hellish and annoying and dangerous. It's actually very unfun pretty much every time I interact with it. Um, in this version, it's not too bad, I suppose. But I mean, it's just always always a hassle. On my PS3 world, I have a Power 3 bow, or Power 3, something like that. Power 2 or 3. So it's a bow that's just one without gas, and it's actually incredible. I love going into the Nether on that version because the gas just die. Okay, I need to figure out how to get back to where I was, because I'm just down here. Yes, yeah, there's my path. Let's go. Ooh. Yeah, this the stuff that I mined behind. I'm ready to dip. Can't see that. Okay, still sand. Whoop. And honestly, I mean, a lot of old Minecraft players will prefer versions that don't have the Nether. Oh, there's my portal. I missed it. I don't know if I go that far, as I think the Nether's like it's not a very offensive introduction or mechanic. Like it doesn't really harm my gameplay if I don't interact with it. Um, there we go. We're back home. I'm very happy. Got almost 2 stacks of glowstone dust. Got some soul sand. Got some netherrack. I'll probably go back for some more. It's nighttime. What I need to do is make more torches. Uh, let's go to bed first. We can think about that in the morning. But what I was saying is, like, I don't necessarily care either way whether the Nether's in my version. But it does have glowstone. Like I said, I'm a big fan of glowstone. Um, it's a very pretty block. Honestly, though, I mainly like it because it lets you get glowstone or redstone lamps, which I am quite a fan of. Something that I will frequently use in my builds is redstone lamps. And I enjoy the process of like linking them up and like having um, complex circuits that will go all across my builds and finding ways to hide those circuits so that um, whenever you like flip a switch, like all the lights come on. Um, I feel like it's really pretty. Yeah, so they're definitely not in this. Um, it's kind of unfortunate, but it is still a pretty block on its own. Alright, well I'm gonna sort my inventory real quick and then I'll decide what I want to do with this new material I have. Alright, so picked up rearranged my inventory, got some more meat. I grabbed the pumpkins and the black wool. And I'm thinking I kinda wanna do like underground little basement area. And I got some redstone, and I kind of want to lock it up with iron doors because I feel like that would be cool. So, the one thing I don't know yet is whether I want to build it down in my mine, or if I want to put it under my house, or if I want to put it in my storage room. An idea is that I could can you not make nether bricks in this? An idea is that I could make a tunnel that extends to all three. And I mean, they're all kind of lined up. It wouldn't be too hard or anything. So maybe the easiest way to do that would be to start under my house. It's kind of in between them. And are there iron trapdoors in this version? No, it doesn't appear so. There are iron doors though, right? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna make 2 of those. And then bang. Alright. And we'll do it in this corner, because right now this is kind of a dead corner. Nothing really going on back here, because this is where my bed was, and then I don't know if this is in a video or in a stream, but essentially the game kept pushing me out of my bed through the wall and into the elements every time I would sleep. And obviously, we don't really want that. So, all right. So we'll go down. Oh, maybe one more block. Yeah, something like this. Yeah. Do that. And then, so if this is the back of my house, this is the back of my house. The storage area is this way, and then the mine is this way. Alright, so that's that. A good little bearing. And for the layout that I want to do here, I'm unsure of exactly what. I would like to do netherrack. I have some black wool. I think that would look nicely together. But what about like just a little 2x2 hallway, and then we can put some like points of interest along it. I'm really thinking like Fallout 3 Vault. I know that's kind of an odd thing to reference in particular, but you know, that's just what's calling to me right now. Put those pumpkins up. I'm definitely gonna use them later. Ooh, so this is kind of a problem. What are we doing in here? This is a little too exposed. If I would like to go across from the nether portal, that's 66Y. Okay, so then 134. So then we would need to drop 4 blocks and then go. No, we need to drop 6 blocks and go 16 blocks this way. Okay. So we can go like this. Something like that. And then have a corner. Alright, here we go. Now this looks pretty good. I missed it a little bit. I almost want it to come out exactly right here. Just so that I kind of want to cover it up so that you don't see it in the normal mine. So maybe we bring this out 2 more blocks, and then we go this way. Yeah. And obviously all this stuff we're gonna fill up with stone or the proper material that I want to use. But yeah, so that looks better. I unfortunately do want it to be in increments of 2, just because, I don't know. I think it looks a little better. But something like this. Alright. So that's the frame. That looks good. Then let's go get the cords for my... It's nighttime, huh? Let's go back to sleep. Wake up, go get the cords for my storage room. And then... something's wrong with my mouse. It keeps double clicking. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I was also playing League of Legends right before this and was having issues with it not clicking at all. But it's an older mouse. I've played lots of RuneScape on it. I can't necessarily blame it for acting up. It's a well-traveled mouse. All right, new day. Let's go over here. Somewhere on this wall. That's done. This one's a good bit lower. Have to go down 15 blocks instead of... Nope, not 15. No, going from 72 to 63, that would be 9. I did 12 plus 3 instead of 12 minus 3 for some reason. Where am I going? I guess I could go that way. Nope, I can't. So, mine's over there. Alright. Very graceful. Alright, this way. So, we need to go 30 blocks this way. 30 blocks X. And then 15 blocks to my right. Okay. And then in that time, we also need to go 9 blocks down. See, there we go. My mouse again. Okay. we're making pretty good progress. Whoa. I think something that also might have this on my mind, you know, I referenced Fallout 3. I've been playing Shin Megami Tensei, the first one, right? And for anyone who's played any of the older Shin Megami Tensei games, or Persona games, or any games in that series, um, you run through a lot of bunkers. Just these tight little corridors that you know you progress through in first person, and they're all very cramped and hostile. But it's a really unique environment for a JRPG. And I'd honestly say that's one of the main things that keeps me coming back to the series, especially the older ones. You know, apart from the fact of like, as a person, I have a pretty strong compulsion to play games series in like their release order. Um, I mean, not just that, but like also shows. Um, so like when I find out that I like a series, it's necessary for me to go back to the beginning and figure out like, oh man, what is this series really about? Like, what am I missing out by not playing these older ones? Um, and Shin Megami, Persona, you know, all that. I started with Persona 3 Reload. Incredible game, by the way. I will always say that it's one of the best RPGs I've ever played. But you know, playing that and then you realize like I played Persona 4, I played Royale, 5 Royale, and I was like, man, these games are great, but like I need to see where this all started. And it's crazy like when you like how different they are, but at the same time like how like where the through line is. Like you can draw these connections. You can be like, oh well, you know, without the random encounters and tight corridors that you see in, you know, Digital Devil Story, you would have never gotten Tartarus in 3 or you know the dungeons in 4 or any of that. 5 is a good bit different. Honestly, 5 is a pretty decent departure from the rest of the series. And hey, that's where I came through. And honestly, that's not what I was expecting at all. And I like it a lot. I think that this is really cool. And I'm going to put an iron door here. Maybe not yet. When I finish building, I'm going to put an iron door here. Because this is cool. And I like the idea of like, it gives this waterfall more purpose. And also a more convenient way to enter and exit the thing. While also making it kind of like a hidden secret base like I was talking about. That's cool. Really cool. Um, where was I with my discussion? I was talking about things being released in, or playing things in their release order. Oh, old Shin Megami Tensei games, right? They have these like really tight first-person corridors. They're just filled with enemies and like they're dark and foreboding, and that's one of the coolest parts about those games. It's something that I wish that the newer ones kind of utilized more. Because when you play Shin Megami Tensei 5, it's a good game, but you're in this like open, huge open world with like crazy open fields and like enemies are just running around. You can see it from like a mile away, and it's cool from like a in its own way. Like it's cool to say like, wow, look at that. Look at the Tokyo Tower. It looks crazy in this like wasteland that I'm in. But you know, you lose. What the heck? Where'd that stick go? You lose the tone of the older games when you do stuff like that. That's just old man talk. Now our tunnel's done. If we're gonna want to do the whole thing in Netherrack, we're gonna need a lot more. But I do think that's what I want to do. Let me do a little trial. Let's just kind of see what it would look like. Just do as much as I can. I was kind of hoping I could do Nether brick, because it would be like nice and dark. But I don't think that's in this version. Alright. Yeah, I think that looks good. We'll probably put some carpet in eventually too. Light it with glowstone. Yeah, alright. Well, I'm going to go farm a whole lot of netherrack. And then I'll be back because there'll probably be multiple stacks for me to finish this all up. Alright, I'm back. I've got a lot of stuff. A lot of netherrack. I'm good to start replacing the walls and ceilings and pretty much everything. Just do it one layer at a time, slow and steady. I feel like when you're doing big Minecraft projects like this, it's pretty easy to get overwhelmed, burnt out, to kind of take the perspective that like, wow, there's no way this is getting done, so much work. So it's important to kind of, oh man, my mouse doing that thing. It's important to kind of pace yourself, and you should keep in mind that it's fine, yeah. It'll get done, whether it gets done now, or an hour from now, or 2 hours from now, a week from now, when you get back on the game. Minecraft is one of the most relaxing games that you can play, in my humble opinion. Specifically old Minecraft. There's no phantoms. You know, there's no elytras. You know, I'm not going to worry about going fast. I'm going to worry about keeping my XP so I can get my cool enchantments and stuff. You know, just playing the game, having fun, chillaxing, building stuff, man. That's what I'm here for. But that's more old man talk. Um, yeah, I think it looks good. I like it. Oh, look at the blocks bouncing. I don't think I've seen them do that before. It's pretty interesting. And the reason I'm leaving the torches is because I'm going to go back and break them. Replace them with glowstone. Ideally. Then probably make it symmetrical. I haven't thought too hard about it, but we'll see. And I've been thinking, in every episode of this series so far, I've had a nice little question in the comments. I'm thinking about what question for this one um, should be. I haven't quite come up with a great one, so that will be my goal by the time I finish this build, be to come up with a question. Um, I'm not entirely sure. I don't have any new pets. I guess I could ask what to build next. That's kind of a given. It's kind of cheap, kind of lame. Though it does kind of remind me of like, my favorite era of Minecraft YouTube. Like if you like Chimney Swift. I think I've talked about him before in the series. Might have been in the live stream, but like old Minecraft YouTube, like Chimney Swift. He would literally just boot up the game, play the game, and would just build whatever his comments told him to. And there's some understanding that like that's lazy content. It's he's not really putting very much work in. He's not really. Some will say he's not really trying very hard. There's probably truth to that. I mean, look at how his career turned out. It doesn't necessarily seem like he's super passionate about Minecraft, or was he very knowledgeable or good at it? But it was entertaining for what it was. Um, I like that idea where it's like he has this world that he's just full of viewer submissions, and in later seasons he puts his own little spin on it, and like he definitely builds his own things as well. Um, in the Minecraft files, I don't know if I specifically said that series, but that was pretty cool. But it's not what I want this to turn into. Homecraft it's my own thing. I really like Homecraft. I like this world. I like this texture pack, and I like what it's become. Um, and I like it as an outlet for my creativity. For those who know me, I try to be a creative person. As humans, I feel like we're designed with like this need to make things, to create things, to use your brain and your imagination to make unique things, and that comes with like this drive that just pushes me to constantly just be making stuff. And that's been I've been making a game, right? That's one of the ways that I've been doing that. I've been doing all kinds of stuff, but this is a fun little. I kind of want to keep this all away actually. But this is a fun little outlet as well, one that is less writer's block. Writer's block. What's the word I'm looking for? Prone. Like I can get burnt out on making my game pretty easily. It happens frequently. Right now, I'm not making it. But like, man, I just love Minecraft. I always want to play Minecraft. It's pretty hard to get me off this game. And so, using Minecraft as an outlet to be creative, and further from just playing the game and being creative in that way, but being creative in an additional sense of making a product, like a piece of content, entertainment. I think that's really cool. Not that many people have shown interest in it so far. That's just how it goes. And with time, people will watch it, or they won't. And, it's not much I can do about it. Doesn't necessarily affect my enjoyment of it. Just how doing things works. And it's, I think, the difference between a lot of what modern YouTube is. Well, I mean, people would maybe disagree. I feel like indie YouTube is kind of like an all-time high because there's so many YouTubers that have like 50,000 subscribers. It's just like a guy doing this thing that he wants to do, and it's like that's that simple. And like there's no, he's not chasing the algorithm like Mahjong Blonsky. Thinking about him, I don't know exactly how many subscribers he has off the top of his head, and I understand that's his second channel, Mogster. But like most of his content is on Mahjong Blonsky, and it's literally just him playing Alpha with no edits, like nothing crazy going on, and just literally just enjoying a game with him commentating over it about tea and other silly stuff. And I love that. I think that that's peak YouTube. It's about as good as it gets. And so that's what I think of when I think of modern YouTube. I don't think of Mr. Beast, which a lot of people will complain about. Because that's not the content I consume, so why would that be the content I complain about? If that makes sense. There's something stuck in the water upstairs and I can hear it. The whirlpool that I created in the farming episode. I still don't really understand what happened there. It's not necessarily how... Ooh, iron. It's not necessarily how I understand water to work. Okay, let's get this iron. I hate being distracted while building stuff, but I need iron. I just used a bunch to make armor and such. And the pickaxes that I used to get this netherrack. And then I think I will leave this as like a ring of stone because I want it to work from the outside as well. But everything after that would be netherrack. Alright. Probably will have to, I definitely will have to go get more. This was the longer tunnel? Actually, I don't know. Maybe I won't have to go get more, because this was the longer tunnel. It's like twice as long. And I have 3 stacks left, roughly. Alright, let's see. I think it looks very nice. I'm very happy. Oh, sorry. Spiders doing something out there. Is there a reason that the roof is that high? I mean, it doesn't really matter, I guess. I feel like it would be better if it was like that. Yeah, there we go. That works. My shovel's about to break. But that's basically what inspired me to start making more consistent YouTube. our channels like Mahjong Blonsky and more recently Image Bear, uh, which I don't know if anyone watching this knows what Image Bear is. He's a Minecraft YouTuber that, uh, oh hey, I found the Spider Gang. It's a Minecraft YouTuber that, actually this doesn't affect, this doesn't need to be, alright. A Minecraft YouTuber that plays Minecraft while talking about like discussing theology in the like. So that's, you know, he's Christian and he like openly claims to be Christian. Uh, but he talks all about all kinds of things in life and like I think he even has an episode about like why you should go to the gym. Um, you know, he just plays Minecraft and he talks about life. It's something that, admittedly, I'm not a fan of every single one of his videos. He will sometimes talk in circles and um, will, I don't want to say straw man arguments, but sound like a like a bad debater, because that's not really what it is. It's just like he argues with nothing sometimes, even if they're ideas that like are probably findable, especially on the internet, because people are crazy on the internet. It's like, okay, well, that's not necessarily what's happening right now. But maybe he gets evidence, right? So I don't want to. But anyways, Image Bear, he's just it's a really cool concept, really cool guy. I'm in his Discord, and he just plays Minecraft and talks about things he cares about. I think that's really cool. Um, and definitely inspired me to start making content more consistently, because it's something that I've always done for as long as I've played games, or you know, for almost as long as I've played games. I love talking about the games that I like. I love showing other people the games that I like. I don't like that this is 3. I suppose it's fine. If you look at my YouTube channel, I've got all kinds of videos, varying levels of quality, about all kinds of games. So I've got like, you know, Elden Ring. I've got all the Souls games. You know, I'm currently got several Dark Souls 2 series in the works. You know, if they ever get finished, they're both stupidly long projects that probably don't deserve the time they're giving them, but I think they're interesting ideas. Um, Stuff like that, and you know, I've got Destiny PvP clips and all kinds of stuff. Um, on my channel, you know, Rainbow Six Siege, stuff like that, stuff that matters a lot to me and has made up a lot of my life thus far. You know, that I like to pay back with with the aforementioned creativity that I was talking about, like using the creativity that God has given me to discuss things that I care about. I think it's really cool that I have the ability to do that, and it's a fun way to express yourself as well. Um, how do I want to finish this up? I kind of want to drop this, right? So we go like this. So that way it's I need to go this, right? So that way it goes back down to 2. And then this is all going to be covered up, ideally. Something like that. That's pretty much it. Sorry, that took a lot of thinking. I lost track of what I was actually talking about prior. There's coal here. But yeah, I mean, I like talking about games that I like. That's what YouTube is. And if it were up to me, every single game I would play would have a nice little YouTube video about it. But I'm too lazy to do that. So you get what you get. I'm gonna start nickeling and diming all this stuff. I don't have Nether to be wasted, man. I'm not gonna have enough to finish all this, unfortunately. Very close, though. Very, very close. See, that's the I did the thing where I broke the torch with my back. All right. I'm not gonna cut for this one. Let's just go get. I'm not gonna cut for this one. Let's just go get some more netherrack on camera. Then we'll finish up this build. And that will probably be the end of the episode. Just because, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all I really wanted to do. Build a nice little nether build. I guess we could put the glowstone in place too. I guess better not to. Don't want to forget about that. The iron doors. Okay, so we got a few more things to do before it's actually closing time. But this is my little quarry. Line up a little bit so you can see it. Kind of hollowed out this little area. It's about 32 blocks long. So if you mine 2 at once, then you get a stack. I'm just too lazy to do it correctly, so boop, there we go, that works. Oh, come on now. I don't necessarily mind having extra netherrack as well. So throw in a chest somewhere. Alright. Cool. I feel like building a little house for my nether portal. We're just gonna have to keep relighting it. But I don't necessarily intend on going back a whole bunch after I'm done with this. So let's see what we can do. Bang, bang. And speaking of Destiny 2, I said that I had recorded some videos about it, which you can find on my channel. They're honestly some of the ones that I'm very proud of. I enjoy that game, and I enjoy playing PvP in that game, and it's one of the few games that I have quite a lot of pride in. I think I'm very good at Destiny, you know, for whatever that's worth. But they killed it. You know, they released the last update, or they're going to release the last update for that game, June 9th or June 6th. One of those two, I forget. And it's something that I don't know if I use the word bothers. I don't think it bothers me, but it's sad. You know, it's a game that I have loved a lot in my life, and spent a lot of time playing. It means a lot to me, and so it's sad to see it kind of go that way. But every game has an end, right? I mean, you can't just expect devs to continuously. Alright, there we go. continuously support a game that they're not making money off of. You know, even if that's what most people would want. It's one, not a good business decision, and two, not really doable. Like, at some point you have to give up. Alright, that is my little tunnel done, and my rants about various video games done. Go back through, make sure I didn't miss any spots before we start placing the glowstone. It looks pretty good. You never really know until you try going back the other way. Alright. Alright, well, you know, let's start with the glowstone. Pretty simple. Would we like it to be symmetrical? Honestly, no, I don't. For creativity's sake, let's not fall into that trap. I don't know if that was something I talked about already on this series, but also when I play Minecraft, like I tend to think that creativity is like a trap. You know, it kills creativity, symmetry. I mean, um, just neuters whatever idea you might have. It's something that I try to embrace when I play games like this and Terraria. Is like, you know, your builds aren't always going to be symmetrical, um, but that makes them more meaningful because it means like you can think about each block placement more and more. Because instead of thinking, oh well, I have to put a block here, you know, I have to put a block exactly on the other side. It has to be this material, you know, and all that. Um, I can think more deliberately and say, oh, well, you know, I want to put this piece of glowstone here, or I want to put that piece of glowstone on the edge of that stair. Stuff like that, because it's, you know, I'm not being tied to like, oh, I put one here, so I have to put one there, and stuff like that. It's like you know, this is more natural, I would say. But that looks darn good. I'm pretty happy with this build. And that's pretty much it. We have these iron doors we can put in. I haven't exactly decided what I want to do with them yet. I think what I very first need to do is go empty my inventory. Wrong way. Go empty my inventory. Because there's too much stuff in my face. And I can't go to space, so I don't have plenty of space. It's a Wally reference for the uninitiated. Alright. I don't know why I did that. Stone chest is this one, and that will be more than enough. Look at that cobble. Wow. Okay. There we go. I can breathe now. So, how's that? And then just put all my cobble up thingus. Oh, it has to be stone, though, doesn't it? Are levers in this version? Am I crazy? Ah, okay. So there are levers. It's just the cobble's on the bottom, which apparently is the same thing in modern. I just didn't realize that. Hmm. Okay. And then go to the other end. Do I need an iron door? What is this iron door for? I guess I'll just keep it, because I don't want this connect to the rest of the mine. I want it to be its own thing. Just mixing ideas there. I do need to do is reopen the drop down from my main house into yeah, drop down from my main house into the tunnel because I sealed that up when I was netherracking it. Hello, Mr. Spider. There's a creeper. Please don't blow my little brat. Okay, I'll fix that in a second. Hopefully that doesn't mess up my water for forever and always. So I was quite fond of that pond. Fond of that pond. Alright, there's so many creepers. Hello? I just couldn't hit that one. Okay. Alright, well, you know, you win some, you lose some. Honestly, kind of like it. Why not? Why not leave that one? I'll fill these in. I'm gonna leave that one. I think it's cool. Cool. That will do. Could eat my pork chop too. Heal myself. There we go. I'd like to make some ladders. I don't think this is... I don't know if I needed this much, but... I think I actually need one more. Bang. There we go. Cool. And that's that. That really is the tunnel and its completion. Pretty exciting. Well, thank you guys for watching. Hope this was fun. Leave a comment below on what I should build around my nether portal to stop the ghast from killing it.